Well, it's election eve. Either this man, Donald Trump, is going to win it, or a woman that completely destroyed a lot of people's lives. California lived through that, her time there, and we're going to see. So, tomorrow, um, hopefully, we'll get the results. But this is kind of odd that Kamala Harris, her campaign, her people, her folks, they said that be ready because the election, we're not going to know the results for a few days, maybe weeks. And they are prepared to challenge Donald Trump if he claims that the election is his tomorrow night, which apparently, if you're going to say that, that means that you're losing. You're not winning. So the Kamala Harris campaign, if that's what they're going to think, then obviously there is room for them to go back and cheat. But this man right here, Donald J. Trump, if he doesn't win tomorrow, we know the reasons why. And they want to turn this back. You know, her motto has been, we're not going back. Then why are they going back to the same old tactics that they have been going through? They they have their tactics are to smear Donald Trump, to say anything that will stick to the wall. They would say that he and his supporters, those that support him, are Nazi. It's just quite odd that there's millions and millions of people who are not Nazis. They're just American folks. They come from different nationalities, different colors, and they support Donald Trump because of his policies. Now, a lot of people will speak about the rhetoric and what the stuff that Donald Trump says, and it's just, you know, sometimes he's saying things because is what comes to his mind, and he just got to get it out there. Sometimes um, he does say things that are funny to people, to most people, but are not funny to. I mean, come on, the woke people, the people on the left, they don't find anything he says is funny. But but that's when they're on camera. They will not say that he's funny, but he is. He's a funny guy. I mean, he knows how to work the cameras. He knows how to speak, and he know exactly what he needs to do to be able to return this country to the prosperity that it was when he was in office. So, as many of you right now are, you know, wondering who you should pick, go back and review the history that's before you. The history of a man that was in office for 4 years. He was challenged on every single thing. He was impeached twice. Whatever, any little small thing that he would say, the media would try and focus on how they can rewrite what he said. And they do that a lot. They do that a lot because they want to. This is not their guy. This is not the media's guy. A lot of people are out there. They're voting because of things that are. Some of them are voting for Kamala Harris just because, quote unquote, she's a black woman. I don't think she's a black woman. I think she is an Indian, come from a Jamaican. Her dad's Jamaican, but his heritage is is all different too. So here's the thing that people need to look into. Our economy was better when Donald Trump was in office. The the military was better when he was in office. Everything all around was better when he was in office. And then they challenged him on every single thing from the beginning of his presidency. So if you're sitting on the fences and you're thinking, should I vote for this man? Should I vote for Donald Trump? Just go back and look at the 3.5, 4 years that Harris and Biden have been in the White House. This is their economy that they're talking about. She said that she's not going to change anything. She's going to keep everything the same. But she is running on mostly every single thing policy that Trump has proposed. She has taken that to, hey, I'm going to use that because it sounds good. I think it's going to work. But she tries to make it her own. So a lot of people are thinking about this is being stolen. She's basically, that's what she did. She's stealing everything that Trump was talking about, from taxes to fracking, and almost everything she does is copying and mirroring Donald Trump. What policy does she have? What did she do while she was in office? The border is worse than it was. There is many people that flew out here because they used an app in the country that they were at, and they were told in that app how to get to the airport and be able to get into the country. And then the Harris and Biden regime flew them over here, gave them our tax dollars to start their occupation, which is occupying swing states so they can vote there. So they are essentially the ones that are trying to steal the election, and it's happening everywhere. The DOJ has been suing a lot of states for taking the illegal votes out, and they're taking them out because they're illegal. They're not citizens. Why should their votes count? And let's just talk about this. Here's the biggest this is the biggest thing that has happened in the last 2 weeks. I was actually in Indiana and Ohio, and I spoke to a lot of people there, and they're saying that some of these cities, strategically, the Harris and Biden administration is bringing thousands over to these areas in these swing states, so that way they can go in and vote and be able to take over, be able to take the people's votes there and swinging that swing state towards Democrat. So that's what they're doing. That's what the Harris and Biden regime is doing. All right. So just to understand where you should be at, what you should be doing, go and vote. Vote policy. Don't vote because of, oh, Kamala is a woman and she's a black woman, so we need to vote for her. Go and actually take a look at the last 4 years compared to Trump's 4 years, and then vote from there. Vote with your conscience and vote of what would be best for the country, would be best for you and your family, would be best to serve your neighborhood, your community, your city, your state. And that's it. And I'm just going to be in here for a little bit just to share my thoughts and my views of how you should vote tomorrow. A lot of you have already voted. People already cast their ballots. They already did that. But also, we need to be able to let people know, go and vote for what's best for you and your family. All right. So we have to do it. Have to get out there and vote for the people's champion. This guy right here, Donald Trump. This is the people's champion. All right. So right behind me, that's who it is. He's got to get that vote. He's got to get you guys to go out there and vote for him, because truly, he will do what is right. Okay, so if you're not for war, if you're for church, you're for freedom of speech, this is the man that you need to vote for. He's the one that you need to vote for because he will make a difference. And look at the people that he's surrounding himself with. People that used to be Democrats. Elon, for one of the most brilliant person in the world that has ever lived, and he backs Donald Trump. Look at everything that has happened in the last 4 years. They try to silence RFK, Robert F. Kennedy Jr. They try to silence Tulsi Gabbard. All right. They're trying to go against Elon. For what? Because he backs Donald Trump. And a lot of people vote because they hate Donald Trump because the media um, brainwashed them into hating this man who was very successful in business, also was very successful as a president. And I believe that if he gets voted in tomorrow, he will be a far more efficient, better president the second time around. But it is all up to you as the voter, and it's in God's hand. Whatever, if God believes that Donald Trump is going to be that president, then he will be the president. If it's Kamala Harris, then it's Kamala Harris. With this, I speak to you, the American people. Get out there and vote. Policy, not because of the what's popular. For everybody to do what's popular. All right. Okay. So tomorrow night it's going to be a big night. I am going to go live. I will be showing the poll numbers and the reportings. I will be talking about it right here on the Really Toco podcast. And if you haven't yet done it, like, subscribe, and share the Really Toco podcast with all your friends, family, and neighbors. So that way we can get the algorithm to pick up our channel and grow it to become a larger channel. All right. So tomorrow night is the night. Election. And Really Toco podcast is not going anywhere. We're going to be here through everything. Win or lose, if Trump wins or loses, we'll be right here. I'll be here to comment on all the news and also all the current events. But we're gonna have an exciting time from now and into the future. All right. So with that, I appreciate you stopping in, and we are going to come back tomorrow night live. It'll be 7 o'clock Mountain Time. I'll be going live in person, but the channel will be up and it'll be showing the different news channels that will have the different polls and election results coming up. So tomorrow is going to be a big day. So with that, see you guys tomorrow night, and we're going to have a nice, good election party going on here with the Really Toco podcast.